Hello, Mr. or Mrs. Thank you for giving me this chance to talk something about teaching. And my name is Linda. My Chinese name is Ji Bingjuan. I am from China, of course. So here's the simple answers to the questions. The question one for me is, what is your teaching philosophy? Confucius, one of China's ancient philosophers, said, 师者，传道授业解惑也, which means the teacher is the one who could propagate doctrines, impart professional knowledge, and resolve doubts. I personally like this definition very much, which also reflects one of my teaching philosophy. Firstly, I think a teacher should be a good example for students, especially a preschool teacher, as we know that the students observe from the others and they learn quickly. They copy from people that they think are important. So if a teacher is kind and show respect to the others, usually the students are nice to people and are polite too. And if the teacher encourages the students a lot, they also copy, they encourage the others. So this is really important to be a real nice person. Secondly, I think a good class can be fun and creative. Nobody likes to sit there watching and listening to a person reading or telling something non-stop, especially children who has shorter attention span. A class is not only about a whiteboard, a marker, or worksheets. A good class can be started with interesting stories or interesting questions or experiments which can trigger students' curiosity. It gets developed by various interesting activities, which keep students busy doing something, meanwhile thinking something. And it may end with a conclusion or simple comment or another interesting topic, which can keep them looking forward to the next class. When I am teaching the younger groups, like stories or music with simple movements or crafts, are very common things that we do. These interesting activities can keep the students active and interested in the class. And when the class is interesting, not only the students, but the teachers enjoy too. Thirdly, but not lastly, inspiring instead of telling. I would like to describe our brain as a door. Inspiring means you open the door voluntarily, which means you're eager to know something. And telling means there's something coming to the door, but maybe the door is closed. Let's take an example. Take teaching a Chinese character, Lei, for example. So this Chinese character is made of two parts, the right part and the left part. This part, Mu, means eyes, these eyes. And this part is a component of Chinese character, which is usually related to water. So this word, Lei, which means tears. When I was teaching them, I asked them the two parts and their meanings. And then I let them think about, so what is that water thing in the eyes? And they just shouted the answer, tears, lay. So they get the answer, and also they enjoy the whole process, this study process. So this is a very simple teaching philosophy so far I get. The second question for me is, what are the key components of a good lesson plan? A good lesson plan first have a clear learning objectives. For example, what is the topic of the lesson? What do I want the students to learn? And then it follows with a creative introduction to the topic, which can stimulate the interest and encourage students to think. And then comes the main part, the body of the lesson plan, specific learning activities. I do think this part should be clear and concise. It can be done step by step, and each step is better to be followed by a check for understanding. And then a very simple ending with a conclusion or a simple comment. Besides, I do think age appropriate is very important. If the lesson plan is too easy, it won't challenge the students and they'll get bored easily. And if the lesson plan is too difficult, then they will be discouraged. And be flexible. Be ready to adjust the lesson plan to students' need and focus on what seems to be more productive rather than sticking to the original plan. Especially for young kids, they're very imaginative, and sometimes it's good to follow their lead. And also develop a preview or conclusion may help to complete the class. The third question for me is, tell us about an experience you had where you made a difference in students' life. The students I taught were mostly very young. They are all lovely and healthy children. To be honest, I don't remember clear experiences that changed them a lot, but I do feel happy to see their happy faces after a while of being with me. And I also enjoy that they run to me and give me hugs when I greet them every morning. Also, the appreciations from their parents also make me feel very proud of being their teachers. So here's the answer to the simple questions. Thank you again, and hope I will be lucky enough to work there. Thank you very much.